Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDN TV Nigeria. Click on the subscribe button and be the first to get notifications. And now, let's join ace broadcaster MAMODE AKUGHA as he takes us inside the Niger Delta.
Hello out there and welcome to the program. It's Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region. I'm your regular host, MAMODE AKUGHA.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Better days are ahead for the Niger Delta region. This follows a declaration by the Board and Management of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, to turn around the fortunes of the region at its just concluded retreat held at Ikotekpene in Akwa Ibom State last weekend. The retreat, with the theme Renewed Hope, a New Era for Vitality, Peace and Development, availed both the management and governing board of the intervention agency the opportunity to brainstorm and chart a course for a better Niger Delta region.
The 2024 Board and Management Retreat of the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) focused on mapping out realistic and achievable paths toward changing the narrative of both the NDDC as an intervention agency and the Niger Delta region for which it was instituted. In his welcome address, Chairman, Governing Board of the NDDC, Mr. Chiedu Ebie, said this year's retreat was a call to action for all stakeholders at the helm of affairs of the Commission.
We have adopted a leadership style that aims to instill confidence in our people, prioritizing their well-being through constructive collaboration and mutual respect. The objective of this retreat, which you will agree is very timely, is to further align the board and management of the Commission with Mr. President's Renewed Hope agenda. Addressing participants at the retreat, the Minister for Niger Delta Development, Engineer Abubakar Momo, noted that it was a new beginning for the NDDC and advised the Commission's managers to take the time to reminisce on the achievements and possible setbacks of past administrations in order to do better.
With the new board in place, I am more confident that we shall strike the right accord in our collective efforts to deliver on the mandate of the Commission towards the development of the Niger Delta region.
Since its inception, the NDDC has accomplished several development projects in the oil-rich region. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the NDDC, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, says there is need for the intervention agency to accomplish even more. Dr. Ogbuku in his presentation stated that the NDDC is now considering sustainability in its development strategy and has decided to take more realistic approaches in tackling development needs of Niger Delta people.
In development, we have to ensure that we put the right frame for even our procurement process to ensure that any job that is given will also see the completion.
With the theme, Renewed Hope, a New Era for Vitality, Peace and Development, the retreat brought together past MDs and board chairman of the NDDC to have an interchange of ideas with the current management. Chief Onyema Ogochukwu, the pioneer chairman of the first NDDC board, and Chief Timi Alaibe, who served as the third managing director of the commission, in their goodwill messages, advocated continuity of the current board and management to enable them deliver tangible projects. They observed that terminating a board before the end of its term has been the cause for the inadequacies experienced in the past.
The disruption, I think, accounts for why we have so many uncompleted projects. So I would like to appeal to the minister to please let this board complete its tenure.
Section 14(2) of the law establishing the commission insists that there must be created a fund for the commission. That fund must not be intervened or confused with the normal government funds that are delivered to ministries and so on.
Participants said they have been well equipped to handle the task ahead of them.
And I believe it's such an invaluable contribution to what we are about to do.
It's the best of all possible decisions to go and synthesize all that has been said, especially against the backdrop of what the goals we have set to ourselves, that we are going to be responsive and responsible to the people of Niger Delta. It's no longer business as usual.
At the end of the 2-day retreat, an official signing ceremony of performance bond was performed under the supervision of the Minister for Niger Delta Development, Engineer Abubakar Momo.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori of Delta State says his administration will continue to operate an open-door policy where novel ideas and good counsel from all quarters aimed at bringing meaningful development and lasting peace in the state will be entertained and appreciated. Governor Oborewori, who received members of the State Advisory Board and Peace Building Council led by its chairman, Professor Sam Oyowaire, recently at Government House Asaba, maintains that his preoccupation as executive governor remains the advancement of the oil-rich state.
Political leaders, stakeholders and well-wishers have continued to congratulate the executive governor of Delta State, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborewori, over his recent victory at the Supreme Court, which put to rest all legal battles challenging his emergence as the duly elected governor of the state in the March 18, 2023 governorship election. Recently, the governor received members of the Delta State Advisory Board and Peace Building Council led by its chairman, Professor Sam Oyowaire, who were at the Government House Asaba to felicitate with the governor and restate their support for his administration. Governor Oborewori, who thanked the wise men and women for being pillars of support to his person and administration, noted that his doors are wide open for their progressive ideas.
Some things that you know that we are not doing well, and some things that we are doing well to encourage us more. We need to be seeing all these reports that will encourage us more. Some of the things that you know we want to do, we know we can do, we want us to do. We will also put it as part of our policy and programs.
Speaking on behalf of the council, Professor Oyowaire hailed the focus of the governor through the period of the litigations and restated their unalloyed support as he drives the wheel of development in the state.
You can now renew your dedicated focus on your continuing good governance of our people, as well as the conduct of the affairs of Delta State, in consonance with their overwhelming wishes and aspirations for more security and more welfare.
Similarly, Governor Sheriff Oborewori recently demonstrated his commitment to ensuring that every nook and cranny of the state is given a facelift with the approval for the reconstruction of some internal roads within the state. Governor Oborewori gave the approval when he visited some of the state's senior and respected citizens, namely businessman Mr. Benjamin Oseragbaje and publisher of Vanguard newspaper Mr. Sam Amukakpemu in Sapele, as well as former chairman of Delta Elders and Leaders Forum, Chief Godwin Ogbetuo in Warri.
I came in for 7 months to 8 months. I've not done anything in Sapele. This is the first request, and I must deal with it by the grace of God.
The elder statesmen thanked Governor Oborewori for honoring them, as well as his exemplary leadership that has brought good fortunes to the state. The roads awarded include Ogbetuo Avenue Road in Warri, Ororo Road and Aboneje Road, formerly known as Hard Rock Road in Sapele, Delta State. Meanwhile, Commissioner for Works, Highways and Urban Roads, Comrade Ruben Izeze, in line with the mandate of Governor Oborewori to ensure the swift delivery of all projects across the state, led his team on an inspection visit to the site of ongoing construction works at DSE Roundabout by Julius Berger Nigeria PLC.
What they're doing now is they're trying to create alternate routes so as to ease the suffering of our people and of course reduce lost man hours in the course of our daily lives here.
The ongoing work at the DSE roundabout is part of the 3 flyover bridges and road expansion projects awarded to Julius Berger Nigeria PLC last year, aimed at giving the commercial nerve center a facelift. Others include flyovers at the popular NRA Junction and PTI Junction, as well as road expansion projects.
Inside the Niger Delta, Azikil Group, oil and gas, dredging, power and air transportation. Azikil Group, petroleum product sufficiency, energy sustainability and infrastructure development.
Prince Oyewole Emiko of Warri Kingdom was at a high court in Asaba last week to resume the legal battle to unseat his cousin and current Olu of Warri, Ogiame Atuashe III. Prince Oyewole is in court seeking an interpretation of Section 4 of the Traditional Rulers and Chiefs Edicts of 1979, which governs the succession process to the title of Olu of Warri, which he believes makes him the most qualified candidate to sit on the exalted throne of Warri Kingdom. According to Prince Oyewole, as the first son of the immediate past Olu of Warri, Ogiame Ikenwole I, he believes that he is the legitimate successor to the throne after his father joined his ancestors in December 2020. Last week, some indigenes of Warri Kingdom representing different interest groups thronged our high court in Asaba to witness the recommencement of the case brought to court by Prince Oyewole Emiko, in which is challenging the legality or otherwise of Prince Shola Emiko's claim to the kingship of Warri Kingdom. Barrister John Okoriko, counsel for Prince Oyewole, said they were in court to seek a pronouncement that his client, Prince Oyewole, is the rightful person to succeed his father, Ogiame Ikenwole I, as Olu of Warri. According to Barrister Okoriko, they were in court to also prove that the brazen and illegal coronation of Prince Shola Emiko as Ogiame Atuashe III, Olu of Warri, which was done in total disregard of extant laws, cannot stand.
As at 2015, he had originally been disqualified on the ground that his mother hails from Ogun State. And that position has not changed as at today. That position has not changed. And if that position remains, then it therefore means that he stands disqualified ab initio even before he contested the position, and which is still subsisting till date.
At the hearing in court, Chief Robinson Ario, one of the lawyers for the first defendant, Ogiame Atuashe III, argued that the court lacked the jurisdiction to entertain the matter, which he insisted had earlier been withdrawn by the claimant, Prince Oyewole Emiko.
They brought us to court before, and we had filed all our defenses. It was for them to step into the witness box. They brought a notice of discontinuance and discontinued the suit. About 1 year later, they are coming to file again.
Lawyer for Padudu Akomas, the Olori Ebi of Guinea One ruling house, Barrister Victor Otumewo, and Chief Emmanuel Uti, counsel to Chief Airi Emami, the Ologbosheri of Warri Kingdom, insisted that the argument of Chief Ario was nothing but a calculated attempt to prevent the matter from being heard on its merit. They, however, expressed confidence that the presiding judge, Justice Brikin Sokolosi, who has set March 27, 2024 for his ruling on the preliminary objection, would rule in their favor.
Some persons want to abort the case. They don't want it to be heard on the merit. But I'm insisting it should be heard on the merit. So people will know their rights within the limited time. Instead of all this dilly-dallying and filibustering. That's all.
Issues today is a contest against the title of the Olu of Warri. That's what Oyewole is protesting against. That is the one that is in line, that the defendant, that the first defendant, the President Olu, that is not qualified to be granted the opportunity. That is what the law is providing, and that's what is contesting.
As the hearing was going on inside the court, placard-carrying youths of Ishekiri extraction stormed the court premises. The placards had inscriptions like, "Say no to tribal bullying," a reference to the unnecessary bullying of Chief Airi Emami by the Shekiris who support Ogiame Atuashe III as Olu of Warri. It will be recalled that Chief Airi Emami, who is appearing in court in his capacity as the Ologbosheri of Warri Kingdom, insisted that Prince Shola Emiko, as he then was, did not qualify to become the Olu of Warri, as his mother is of Yoruba extraction from Ogun State, a situation that does not conform with the extant laws governing the selection process of an Olu of Warri, which stipulates that a candidate's mother must be either Shekiri or of Edo origin. The Shekiri youths insisted that in rejecting Prince Shola Emiko, now Oluofori, Chief Ayire Emami was only carrying out instructions as laid down by their forebears.
He is not the problem. All he just said and did is to say the law that our forefathers put down for us must be obeyed. That's it. And I don't see any reason why anybody should bully him based on that. As I speak to you now, most of us don't recognize that we have an Olu right now because the process that brought it in is against the extant laws. It's like you have a coup in a country and people are saying you have a president. How do you do that?
At a time, they don't want to see anybody identify with this man called Chief Ayire. If you identify with him, they look you as an outcast. That alone is a bully on him. They should stop bullying him because he's not doing anything outside the ambit of the law.
For his part, Chief Ayire, who was personally in court to witness proceedings, acknowledged that he is a defendant in the matter and that as Ologbosere of Warri Kingdom, he was in court to explain the process for the selection of an Olu of Warri.
As it is in this case, I don't have much to say. I'm a defendant. I'm being sued by Oyewole. So mine is to come and tell the world the process.
Without a doubt, this case challenging the legality of crowning Prince Shola Emiko as Olu of Warri is destined to get to the Supreme Court of Nigeria, a court which has demonstrated that it will not shy away from dethroning a first-class monarch once it establishes that due process was not followed in the selection. It will be recorded that in January of 2023, the Apex Court dethroned the Obong of Calabar, Etubom Ekpo Okona Basio to the fifth, a first-class natural ruler, and ordered the recommencement of the selection process. Just like many legal battles involving traditional institutions, this case may indeed take some time, but surely, in the end, justice will be served.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Residents of Agbaro community in Ughelli North local government area of Delta State have commended the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) for the installation of solar power street lights and road construction projects within their community. The residents who gave the commendation while speaking to our crew recently also appealed to the intervention agency to complete the abandoned Urobogara Road project and repair faulty street lights in the community, as well as initiate some new people-centered projects in the area.
Agbaro community in Ughelli North local government area of Delta State is one of the communities in the Niger Delta region that have benefited from several intervention projects of the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) in the past. The growing commercial center has witnessed the installation of solar-powered streetlights along its major streets, while several kilometers of internal roads were also constructed. The youth leader of Agbaro community, Eruese Efe Victor, and a resident of the community, Mrs. Mary Okerega, appreciated the work done by NDDC in their community, while sharing some of their challenges with Inside the Niger Delta crew recently.
I want to use this medium to thank NDDC for their support for all this while in Agbaro community. And I also want to use this medium to appeal that some of these street lights are no longer working and some of the roads are bad.
I dey thank NDDC for the road where they don't still do, for this other side where they don't do, where they don't do good. But the other side when it remain, where we say they never complete, may they come, I beg, call help us do one.
Traders at the Osas Road Market and residents of Urobogara Road called on the intervention agency to also install streetlights as well as rehabilitate their road to allow them to go about their normal businesses without hassle.
We have a market in Osas Street. We don't have street lights and the road is so bad. During rainy season, we are not selling. Our market is so dull.
This road was constructed under NDDC. This is Urobogara Road. The road was constructed to a point of which was abandoned. And if you can see, this is the other link road that was great, of which they're supposed to be completed. But I don't know what really happened to it. Please, we are pleading to NDDC they should come.
Residents say the sorry state of some of the community roads has been a major concern as it has affected commercial activities and slowed the pace of development in the area. They are confident that when attended to by the NDDC, the constructed roads will have far-reaching impact on the community and its surrounding neighbors.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Governor of Bayelsa State, Senator Doye Diri, and his deputy, Senator Lawrence Erujakpo, have been sworn in for a second term in office as governor and deputy governor of the state, respectively. Governor Diri, who took his oath of office on Valentine's Day, February 14, 2024 in Yenagoa, the Bayelsa State capital, before a crowd of supporters and political leaders, promised Bayelsans a continuation of his prosperity government that has brought about sustainable peace and infrastructure renewal across the length and breadth of Bayelsa State.
The atmosphere in Yenagoa, the Bayelsa State seat of government, was filled with excitement as supporters and political leaders gathered to witness the second-term swearing-in ceremony of Governor Doye Diri and his deputy, Lawrence Erujakpo.
I, His Excellency Senator Lawrence Erujakpo, Obawahio, do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
I, Doye Diri, do solemnly swear that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God.
Governor Diri, after his oath of office, pledged to continue the remarkable progress achieved during his first term and strengthen his commitment to a prosperous Bayelsa State.
We will not be tired. We will not be deterred. We will not wither. We will not rest until prosperity that our founding fathers envisaged for Bayelsa State, the glory of all lands, is firmly and irreversibly entrenched.
Governor Diri's leadership in the past 4 years has been synonymous with initiatives that have brought about tangible development across the length and breadth of Bayelsa State. His administration's focus on sustainable peace and comprehensive infrastructure renewal has garnered support and admiration from the people, who had to trust him again with their mandate in the fiercely contested November 11, 2023 election in the state, pulling a total of 175,196 votes to defeat his major opponent of All Progressive Congress, Temipre Silva, who scored 110,108 votes. As the second term commences, the people of Bayelsa eagerly anticipate the continuation of positive transformations under the leadership of Governor Diri and Lawrence Erujakpo.
We are going to give him the maximum support for him to succeed in this government. Second term for Governor Diri is good news for our state because we are sure security will improve drastically. Whatever we start is completed, and the next 4 years is going to be exciting for Bayelsa.
Also, Governor Diri expressed gratitude to the people of Bayelsa for their unwavering support and emphasized the importance of unity and collaboration in achieving the state's developmental goals.
Your unwavering support and faith in our vision for a better Bayelsa fuels our determination to continue working tirelessly for our collective welfare and development.
The ceremony had in attendance Nigerian Vice President Kashim Shettima and his Liberian counterpart Jeremiah Kong, former President Olusegun Obasanjo and Goodluck Jonathan, some governors as well as serving and former members of National Assembly, among other dignitaries.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, Dr. Samuel Obuku, says the Commission will continue to support security agencies to ensure the safety of lives and properties across the Niger Delta region. Dr. Obuku made this known during a recent meeting with the leadership of the 6th Division of the Nigerian Army, noted that security is crucial in achieving sustainable peace and development of the oil-rich region.
Securing the Niger Delta region and its oil assets topped discussions during a recent meeting between the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Niger Delta Development Commission, Dr. Samuel Ogbuku, and the General Officer commanding 6th Division of the Nigerian Army, Major General Jamil Abdusalam, at the NDDC corporate headquarters in Port Harcourt. Dr. Ogbuku, who commended the critical role played by the Nigerian Army in securing the Niger Delta region and its oil assets from vandals, said the NDDC would continue providing support services to the military formation to make their job easier.
And also trying to support you in that area too. We have youths living in the grids, in the communities. So we need to make them comfortable in these communities. Hence we came up with the Operation Light Up the Niger Delta. You can also attest to the fact that most of the communities around the Niger Delta are now lit up with our solar street lights.
Earlier, the General Officer commanding 6th Division of the Nigerian Army, Major General Jamil Abdusalam, lauded the NDDC for its contributions to the Nigerian Army and called for more assistance, especially in building some infrastructure to enable them secure some rather difficult terrains.
You may be aware that the security of brown waters lies solely with the Nigerian Army and not the Nigerian Navy. Therefore, we need this jetty so that we can deploy our gunboats so that we'll be able to move around and arrest oil thieves that are operating in our waters.
In his response, Dr. Ogbuku assured his guests that the Commission would consider his request, noting that security and development are intertwined. Hence, the NDDC would not shy away from any.
On the issue of the airfront jetty, I've already directed the Director UIDW and Director PMS, I believe, to send a team immediately to go and check it and also have a meeting with the contractor. Let us know the status.
At the end of the meeting, the NDDC helmsman Dr. Samuel Ogbuku and the General Officer commanding 6th Division of the Nigerian Army, Major General Jamil, assured Niger Deltans of working in synergy to maintain the peace and calm currently enjoyed in the region.
Inside the Niger Delta.
Well, that's the size of our package on the program for today. Inside the Niger Delta, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region, will be back same time, same station next week. Until then, you can follow us on our social media handles shown right now on your screens. And please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel at NDNTV Nigeria. Until next week, I am MAMODE AKUGHA thanking you for staying tuned. Bye for now.